Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? CoinOp TV subscribers, Robert Welken here. Going to do a review of the Shaw Brothers classic, The Lady Hermit, which I watched in the ShawScope Volume 3 from Arrow Video on Blu-ray recently. This is from 1971, directed by Ho Meng-Hua. I'm going to give some spoilers and my letter grade at the end of this video. I got my notes on the screen here to reference. Let's start off with the IMDb synopsis. It says on IMDb, martial arts star Cheng Pei-Pei and versatile director Ho Meng-Hua were a great team who elevated this tale of a virtuous swordswoman's revenge on the black demon who injured her to one of the best of both of their careers. Doesn't really say anything about the movie. Sometimes I copy and paste these IMDb things, and it's the first time I'm reading this is on camera because it's like not my own notes. That synopsis really doesn't say anything about the movie. I mean, the Black Demon, a little revenge tale. So it stars Cheng Pei-Pei, very famous and groundbreaking martial artist, female heroine in a lot of these early Shaw Brothers movies. Also, Lieh is in this, Shih Szu, and more. Here's from my notes here that I wrote down. Shih Szu's character is seeking to find the Lady Hermit, played by Cheng Pei-Pei, to become a pupil for sort of shady reasons, I think. She's like, I want to become the pupil so I can kick butt and show that I'm like #1 in the Kung Fu world, which was kind of like an odd reason. That's not like a martial arts reason. It's usually like revenge, your master's death, your family's death, your temples being burned down to the ground. Those are like the martial arts reasons, not to, be the top dog in town or something. So for some reason, Cheng Pei-Pei is, she's the Lady Hermit. She takes this character under her wing. That kind of happens quickly. We never really find out why she takes a liking to this girl other than movie plot armor. Lieh is in this as well. He plays a more of a docile character than his normal, sprinkled throughout the movie as kind of a companion and a love interest, I guess we'll say. The movie is full of a lot of inconsequential dialogue and gets a bit repetitive quick. I found myself kind of thinking like, okay, let's get to the meat of the story here. Let's get on to things. That's the way I am now. I guess I'm part of the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram generation where I want to see things a little quicker, I guess. And maybe you want to see me talk a little quicker in this video. So let me get back to my notes. It's a little unclear, the motivations behind the villain, Black Demon, other than to terrorize the villagers. I feel like his backstory was kind of left out of this. Not really sure why there was a vendetta between him and the Lady Hermit originally. We got some of that information kind of sprinkled in flashbacks. Some of that wasn't really that clear to me, or maybe I missed it. It's a bit heavy on the melodrama acting, especially in the second half when the three-way love story sort of starts to unfold. There's a lot of looking off in the distance and, tears of sadness out there. There's some sped up shots that didn't age well. I get that some of these actors maybe aren't martial arts experts, but you got to figure out a better way. You can't just like speed up or, crank the camera speed so that things are kind of sped up on camera. That stuff didn't age well. I don't think it looked well when it was first released, and doesn't look good now in 2025. Let's see, back to my notes here. The last 20 minutes of the film are pretty action-packed, with the Shih Tzu's character basically taking on all of Black Demon's forces single-handedly. Cheng Pei-Pei and Lieh eventually show up for the finale. So there is, like typical Shaw Brothers movies or martial arts movies of this era, there's always going to be a big bang in the third act, big all brawl. It was kind of like watching, an old Nintendo game where she had to like invade the castle and storm the castle by herself and beat all the minions one by one to get inside to the big boss at the end, where everybody kind of reappears to help fight her. I wrote in my notes here, there are some nice exterior scenes, some decent action, but the story is pretty simple and the running time doesn't really warrant the extra fluff. So again, some of the stuff I said earlier that I felt like I missed or I lost or wasn't in it, it's not a short, concise movie. It's kind of fluffy, and it feels like there's some beats that might have been missing here. I prefer other movies from this director, Ho Meng-Hua, like The Flying Guillotine, Jade Raksha, which also had Cheng Pei-Pei in it there. I like that movie much better. I think the big problem with this movie, The Lady Hermit, is the film has like two protagonists, each of whom are both very passive. So, you know, that's the thing. You got to have the single protagonist or the group protagonist. But if you have the co-protagonist, then there's something there in narrative cinema where they both can't be very passive. One of them has to be, you know, very active, and maybe the other one not so, you know, and then they kind of team up or something. So let me get to my letter grade. The Lady Hermit, 1971. I'm going to give it a D+, below average for me. I didn't hate watching this movie. I watched it a couple of times because we have in the ShawScope Volume 3, what do we got? Is it a James Mooj commentary? So I watched it twice with his commentary. And it's funny, when I watch these commentaries, I do my notes and then I watch the commentaries, and it's interesting to see, like, when they do these commentaries, if they mention things that I kind of wrote in my notes about plot armor, narrative errors or missteps in there. So props to anybody who does a commentary and agrees with me, or maybe it's vice versa. I'm agreeing with them doing their commentary. It's from brand new 2K. You know, picture looked great. The Blu-ray looked great. It was fun for a one-off watch, but nothing I'll probably revisit anytime soon. Let me know what your thoughts are on The Lady Hermit in the comments below. Thanks a bunch for watching this video. For CoinUp TV, we'll see you next time.